Greetings, YouTube universe and associated websites that happen to be watching this. My name is Scott Heisel. I'm the managing editor of Alternative Press. I'm joined to my right, your left, unless you have a weird dyslexia problem, which that's your issue. This is Alex Gaskarth and Jack Baragat from a band called All Time Low. Say hello, guys.
Hi. Hi, guys.
All right, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming by. So, all right, so we are here inside your very plush dressing room. Yeah. You have a couch and also a part of another couch over there. That's true. Yeah, so.
And you can hear all the bands talking shit about each other because there's no ceiling.
No wall.
So you just got here. It's currently raining, but you've played through the rain before. You've been on Warped Tour a couple times. You've been there before. So when you're approaching your set tonight, how does that affect how you're going to perform? Are you more careful when you're on stage? Do you think about the rain at all?
You know, I mean, unless the stage is soaking wet, it's really less of a factor for us.
I'm going to dump a bottle of water on the stage right away. Yeah, exactly. So
like, even out the playing field.
Yeah, I think it's only fair. It's only fair.
We've had situations before where the stage has gotten wet, and yeah, then you kind of have to be careful. But that's just kind of common sense. But I mean, for me, it's really more about like who's watching. You know, like I always feel terrible when the kids are just standing miserable in the rain for hours and hours and hours. But at the same time, you know, I think it's like when you play a festival in Europe, that's just normal. So like if like here everyone is not used to it and kind of gets upset and it's a bit of a bummer. But I'm hoping that our fans will adopt a European mentality for this show and just rock out.
Probably just turn it into a big wet T-shirt contest.
So lots of soccer chants and ole ole ole. It'd be good. So.
Get real weird.
So, you know, you've been starting the house party tour has been going on for a little bit now, and all reports have been that it's been terrible and that no one should go. But no, actually, we talked to Pierce the Veil a little bit earlier, and they said that all the bands have really kind of upped their game on this tour. The production level has really increased a lot. For those who haven't been to the house party tour yet, what could they expect from you guys specifically?
We actually went kind of a different direction. We knew that A Day to Remember was coming out balls to the wall and was doing all these crazy set pieces and pyro and like pretty much anything you can think of they do. They have a hamster wheel that they walk on the crowd with. Like anything you can think of, they have it. Pierce also has some light up set pieces and stuff. It looks amazing. So we've been there before, but we sort of went the other way just because we didn't want it to be, you know, three of four bands doing the same exact thing the entire night. And because we're rotating off with Pierce, we thought it would be cool to do something polar opposite. So we just went with a very, you know, basic stage setup of cabs and amps and some amazing lights. Our light guy, Jeff, is, I would say, one of the best in the business. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think he fucking kills it. And so our light show looks amazing. And we're really just kind of, it's the first time in a long time that we've been playing a 40-minute set. That's a short set for us. So we're kind of just coming out and playing the songs we think people want to hear the most and hopefully just kicking the set's ass. Like
all the hits, baby.
We're just coming out and trying to...
And a few misses. Well, obviously, you know, when you only have a 40-minute set, stuff does have to kind of fall by the wayside. You know, fan favorites, crowd pleasers. What's been that one song that kids have been tweeting you and complaining, I can't believe you guys didn't play blank?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's always a toss-up, like especially with our older stuff, especially when we have a short set and we kind of have to weed out some of the older songs. It's always a toss-up with Coffee Shop and JC Ray. Yeah, usually it becomes a matter of one or the other, and we've gone with Coffee Shop on this one, and there's always those kids. No matter which one we play, there's always the kids that leave like, how the fuck did you play that? But
no, what we are doing, which is cool, is doing Love Like War, our new single with Vic, and that's been going off.
Man, you have media training. That's not bad. Very good. I was going to get to that, but you scooped me on that. That's not bad. 10 fantasy points to you, sir. So you just won the fan duel right there. There you go. Yeah, right. So, well, let's talk about that. I love like where we actually talked with Vic about this a little bit earlier. He said he hated the experience. It was terrible. No, so this is coming out on your new reissue of Don't Panic, which I believe is called Don't Panic. It's longer now.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Really? No. Come on. We don't do Come on. No.
You know what's crazy?
What?
We didn't realize straight to DVD, our DVD, was STD until after it came out. I swear.
It actually wasn't.
It came out, everyone's like, STD came out. We're like, holy shit. Yeah. That is like too good, man.
How do you think Saves the Day feels every day?
This operation writes itself, really. It's just kind of...
Well, so tell me about the process of A Love Like War. Like, where did that song kind of come from, and how? Obviously, you've known Vic for a long time, but how did? What was the decision to get him involved specifically? Was it because you were doing all this touring together?
I mean, yeah, that was a huge part of it. It's been until the tour that we did with them, the co-headliner before this one. We had, other than Warped Tour, never really done tours with them. It was always just kind of, we'd seen them in passing. We'd shared the stages with them on Warped Tour and festivals and things like that. And I think because they're a little bit they're a different genre, and they're a little bit heavier than we are, and because of those differences, I think we assumed that the fan bases wouldn't click and wouldn't match up. And so when we took that chance and rolled the dice after Warped Tour, which was the first indication to us that, like, okay, maybe we do have some shared fans here, we took the shot at that tour, and it blew the roof off. You know what I mean? It did so much better than everyone expected, and it just kept rolling from there. We were like, wow, there's such a common energy, a common vibe here, despite the fact that there's differences in the music, and we just kind of decided to keep playing on that. And when we wrote A Love Like War for the record, we had it finished, and I was at about like a 7 or 8 with it as far as how finished I felt it really was. And obviously there's a deadline for those kinds of things because it's not a full-length record. It's like, all right, we got to get this going again so it makes sense timing-wise. And so I sent it over to Vic. He was the first choice as far as, like, maybe having someone.
Well, of course, you're going to say that, of course.
No, yeah, no.
Right.
It was a 7th choice.
Couldn't do it.
They said you wanted Axl Rose, actually. They said you tried to get Axl Rose, and he was
Axl
going
said get fucked.
Celine Dion passed.
I've been there, man.
Cher was out. So Vic was the logical next choice after Celine Dion, Axl Rose, and Cher. And
he's a mix of all three.
The hair is so luscious.
He's got her hair.
Someone showed me a picture of him as Prince the other day. He was Prince for Halloween a couple years ago. I lost my mind.
Right now, that's the sound of 10,000 tumblers all doing it right now.
Uncanny.
Everyone's Google searching that right now. Yeah, Vic as Prince.
Ridiculous.
It's pretty insane how good it looks. Yeah.
So you've been playing the song live every night too?
Yeah, we got straight into it. The song felt great when we got it back from Vic, and he added so much to it as far as, the song was written, but then I told him to just, go off, like, do your thing. You're a very good singer. Like, you'll bring something to this, and I think it's going to feel great. And so he came back with all these things they ended up getting layered into the song, as you do, and it took it to the, the 10, 11 for me. I was like, all right, this is perfect. This is done. This is great. And it's kind of a new sound for All Time Low, I think. It's pushing the envelope forward a little bit, which is always nice. And yeah, I mean, it timed out so well in the sense that this tour was in the works as we were doing that, and when the tour came to fruition, getting to release the single a week before the tour starts and then getting to rock it every day with the dude that's on the song, it's cool because we did a sideshow the other day, and I mean, we played it without him, and we can get through it. But it's. I was
gonna say, yeah, because I mean, obviously you have the same kind of issue with Remembering Sunday, which is a huge fan favorite of yours, which has a very distinctive female part, and you can't always perform that live, obviously with with Juliet. So how do you see yourself playing A Love Like War in the future?
I think the beauty of it is, and the nice thing about it is that we did write the song before we got Vic involved. So originally there was always a mindset of we can do this. Like there's no problem with me singing it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he does bring a lot. So it definitely, it feels amazing right now getting to perform it for the first few times with the dude that's meant to be on it with us. I think it'll slide right into place, when we start playing it by ourselves. But
it was super hectic the first time we played it because we didn't rehearse it. We didn't have time to rehearse it with him. So we just went on stage and played it, and he just jumped on.
Yeah, we kind of sat down. We sat down like 10 minutes before we went on. They had just played, and me and him sang through it kind of a cappella, and I was like, all right, you remember it, let's go. Have fun.
So basically, as long as you always tour with Pierce the Veil forever, you'll be playing that song. So, all right, well, so just to wrap it up here, obviously, we're about a year into Don't Panic right now. It's been a smashing success by all accounts. Are you already thinking toward the future? Are you thinking about new material? Do you have anything in the works for a new record?
Yeah, I think we really felt like, and obviously I think everybody saw that between Dirty Work and Don't Panic, it was a pretty short window of time that we got those two records out in. So I think the idea behind this deluxe is to sort of draw out the cycle of Don't Panic a little bit longer and get some extra life out of that record, because I feel like it's probably one of the stronger efforts we've ever done as a band. And so I think it makes sense to keep trying to push it and release these couple extra songs and whatnot. But I mean, absolutely, there's definitely plans eventually that we're going to need to make another album or whatever it is. And I think that could probably happen next year at some point.
And it's good for people to know that the new album coming out, the deluxe, isn't just B-sides. Yeah. It's songs we actually wrote for this album. It's just 4 new songs and 4 acoustic songs.
So is it safe to say that those new songs would be representative of what you would do on a new album, or are they kind of standalone?
For me, at least, I sort of look at it as songs that really round out the sound of Don't Panic. Yeah. I think it's definitely, with especially A Love Like War, I think it's indicative of a push towards the future. But there's Me Without You is another song on the record, and that one's much more in the vein of like what you might come to expect from All Time Low. It's very just straightforward pop rock. I love the song, but and then there's another song, Oh Calamity, closes out the record now, and that's sort of like the more chilled out slow song that we didn't write for the record, and it was kind of nice to go, okay, what are we missing? Let's like round this thing out with a slow song. And so it was cool to kind of be able to have that second push and second try of like filling out the sound of the album.
Very George Lucas redoing the trilogy kind of thing. Like, oh, we'll just keep tweaking it.
Fucking Jar Jar Binks though. There's no Jar Jar on the album.
We CGI
yet.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. There will be no Jar Jar Binks on the new All Time Low record, or hopefully the new Star Wars movie either. Both hopefully will be coming next year as well. Yeah, we'll see. So that's it for us here at the lovely and soggy Riot Fest. Thank you very much to Jack and Alex for having me. We'll see you guys later.